Donald Trump is a well-known figure in America and around the world. He became famous as a businessman and later as the 45th President of the United States. His life story is interesting because he came from a successful family, built his own business empire, and then entered politics in a surprising way. Let's take a closer look at his journey. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children in his family. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer. Fred built homes and apartments in New York City, and he was very successful. Donald's mother, Marion, was from Scotland and worked hard to raise the family. From a young age, Donald was full of energy and confidence. His family saw that he was different. His parents sent him to a military school to learn discipline. At school, Donald learned to be strong and worked hard to achieve his goals. He played sports and enjoyed competing, showing a desire to win and lead others. After finishing military school, Donald went to Fordham University for 2 years. Then, he transferred to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Wharton is a famous business school, and Donald learned a lot about real estate and finance there. After graduating in 1968, Donald joined his father's business. Donald started by working on projects in New York. Following in his father's footsteps, he was interested in taking the family business to a new level. In the 1970s, he began working on bigger projects in Manhattan, New York's most famous area. He renovated the old Commodore Hotel and made it into the beautiful Grand Hyatt Hotel. This was his first big success and showed that Donald was skilled in business. In the 1980s, Donald Trump became famous as a real estate developer. He built many buildings, including Trump Tower, a tall, shiny skyscraper on Fifth Avenue in New York City. Trump Tower became a symbol of Donald Trump's success, and people started to recognize his name. Donald also expanded his business by building hotels, casinos, and golf courses. He made deals around the world, and soon, Trump became a brand. He put his name on many buildings, products, and even television shows. People began to see Donald as a symbol of wealth, success, and luxury. In 2004, Donald Trump became the host of a popular TV show called The Apprentice. This show was about business, and contestants competed in different challenges. Each week, Donald would say, "You're fired," to the person who lost, and this became his famous catchphrase. The Apprentice made Donald even more famous. People saw him as a tough businessman who knew how to make big decisions. His success on TV helped him become a household name. Many people admired him, and others were curious about his bold style. Through the show, Donald gained millions of fans who saw him as a strong leader. In 2015, Donald Trump announced that he wanted to run for President of the United States. Many people were surprised because he had never been a politician before. Donald was running as a Republican, and his campaign message was "Make America Great Again." He said he wanted to help the country grow, make it safer, and create more jobs for Americans. Donald's style was different from most politicians. He spoke openly and did not follow the usual political rules. Some people liked his straightforward approach, while others found it shocking. He spoke about issues like immigration, jobs, and security, and many Americans supported him. In 2016, he won the Republican Party's nomination and became their candidate for president. The 2016 election was between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who was the Democratic candidate. It was a close and intense race. Donald held rallies across the country, where he spoke directly to people about his ideas and promises. His message resonated with many people who felt left behind by the government. In November 2016, Donald Trump won the election and became the 45th President of the United States. His victory surprised many people, as he was the first person to become president without any prior government or military experience. His win showed that many Americans wanted a change and saw Donald as a leader who could bring it. Donald Trump's time as president was full of big events and decisions. He focused on making changes to the economy, reducing taxes, and creating jobs. One of his biggest achievements was a new tax law that aimed to help businesses and families. He also worked on trade deals with other countries, especially with China, to make sure American businesses were protected. One of Donald's most talked about policies was his approach to immigration. He wanted to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border to stop illegal immigration. His supporters agreed with him, saying it would keep the country safe. However, others disagreed, saying it was not the right solution. During his presidency, Donald Trump used Twitter to share his thoughts and messages with the public. He was the first president to use social media so actively. His tweets often made headlines, and people around the world paid attention to what he said. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic changed the world. Donald Trump and his team worked to handle the crisis in the United States. He focused on finding vaccines quickly and helped create Operation Warp Speed, which aimed to develop and distribute COVID-19 vaccines fast. The pandemic was a challenging time, and people had different opinions about Donald's response. Some praised him for focusing on the economy, while others believed more should have been done to control the virus. In 2020, Donald Trump ran for president again. This time, his opponent was Joe Biden, a former vice president. The election was tense, and people across the country were divided. After a long voting process, Joe Biden won the election, and Donald Trump left office in January 2021. Even after leaving the White House, Donald Trump continued to be an influential figure in American politics. He still had many supporters who believed in his message, and he hinted at the possibility of running for president again. After leaving office, Donald Trump moved to Florida. He stayed active in politics, giving speeches, and supporting candidates who shared his views. Many people continued to follow him, and he remained an important voice for many Americans. Donald also focused on his business and media projects. He started new ventures, including a social media platform, to stay connected with his supporters. His influence in the Republican Party remained strong, and he continued to play a big role in American politics. Donald Trump's life and career are full of achievements, controversies, and surprises. He has millions of fans who see him as a strong leader, a successful businessman, and a man who kept his promises. Others have different opinions, seeing him as a divisive figure. What cannot be denied is that Donald Trump has had a big impact on the United States and the world. His story is a reminder that anyone can reach their goals, even if they take an unusual path. His life shows how determination and a strong vision can lead to great success. Donald Trump's journey from a real estate businessman to the President of the United States is unique. His success in business, his fame from The Apprentice, and his bold approach to politics have made him a well-known figure. Donald Trump's story is still being written, and many people continue to follow his journey, whether admired or debated. Donald Trump has left a mark on history. His story is one of ambition, resilience, and leadership, and he has inspired many to believe that anyone can make a difference. This story of Donald Trump shows the ups and downs of his life, his achievements, and the challenges he faced. His journey is a lesson in leadership and the power of determination. Thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on the story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell icon to stay updated with more exciting content. Happy listening!